What's going on, guys? So in this video I'm going to be going through all the cheap players in Ultimate Team that play almost as good or even better than some of the elites. Some people find it hard who don't want to spend money on Ultimate Team to kind of keep up with all the guys who have all the fancy cards and all the new things, but there are gold players that play just as good and you can be competitive without having to spend a bunch of money. So I'm going to start this off with quarterback and I'm going to do all the offensive positions. So Geno Smith is an absolute beast. This guy has 83 speed, so he's mobile. I think, and he has good accuracy. He has 91 short throw, I think 92 medium throw. He also has high throw accuracy deep. He has a 90 throw accuracy deep, which is actually really good and better than a lot of the elite quarterbacks. So Geno Smith is an absolute amazing player for 4,000 coins. You can compare him to a guy like Andrew Luck, who goes for around 27,000. And Andrew Luck's stats are actually not as good as Geno's are. If you look at Andrew Luck's throw deep, it's actually 6 points less than Geno Smith. Luck has him in speed, however, and a little bit in short throw accuracy. But in terms of their prices, Geno Smith will be able to compete and be almost as good as Andrew Luck, if not better. For running back, I have Denard Robinson. These rising stars were amazing this year. It's because there's so many get flooded in that they become so cheap and you get a lot of really good player for the amount of money you spend. He has 95 speed, 97 acceleration, 96 of elusiveness, and 80 catching. A total beast in the backfield. If you throw screens and stuff, if you like to use your running back as almost a receiver, this guy is pretty much perfect. You can compare him to a guy like Justin Forsett, who goes for around 35 to 40,000 coins. I like Forsett in real life, but honestly his card is not that good compared to Robinson's. 92 speed, 93 excel. His elusiveness is lower than Denard's as well. He's going to cost you a lot more coins. So Denard Robinson I had for pretty much the whole, since he came out till now, and he's an amazing card. I can promise you that. At receiver, it's Mike Wallace. I got Mike Wallace on the first day Ultimate Team came out, and I never got rid of him. That says a lot about this card. No matter who started coming out, Mike Wallace was always a reliable deep threat. You can't go wrong with speed. Speed kills. 95 speed can burn DBs, elite DBs that are slower. This card is going to burn them, and he's super cheap. If you need a cheap receiver, I'm telling you Mike Wallace is your guy. And you can compare him to a guy like Dez Bryant, who's very expensive, but his stats aren't that great. He does have good catching, but Mike Wallace never really dropped anything for me, and I can tell you that from experience. Dez Bryant's catching is quite a bit better, but 91 speed, 91 acceleration is not going to burn anybody deep and really not going to do too much. So I actually prefer Wallace for a way cheaper price. And yeah, Mike Wallace is just a great receiver. I highly recommend him. Tight end Delanie Walker. Delanie Walker has good speed. His catching isn't great, but he has 85 run blocking. That's comparable to a lineman. Walker, a lot of people like to run in this game, and Walker is the perfect guy to do it with. He just runs people over. He gets a lot of pancakes for me, and he can catch too. It's not like his catching is 76, so he'll catch most of the passes that you throw to him. He might have the odd drop, but he goes for also 400 coins, so you can't go too wrong with that. You can compare him to a guy like Jordan Cameron. Cameron's more of a pass catcher, but just kind of getting the point across that he is just as good as this elite player. I'd take Walker over him because Cameron's run block is not as good. His catching is a little bit better, but in all honesty, Walker plays better. I had this Cameron card as well, and I'd play Walker at the 1 and Cameron at the 2. Left tackle, Tyrone Armstead. This guy is an athletic freak. He has 80 speed and 87 acceleration. No speed rusher is going to run right around him, is the amazing thing. He goes for about 2,000 coins. His pass block is also a 92. So with that speed and that pass block, he's an amazing pass blocker. His run block isn't great, but if you get him on the strong powers and stuff, he's fast enough where he can get out there, and he's pretty amazing at it, actually. You can compare him to a guy like Branden Albert. Albert goes for about 24,000 coins. Albert's good. I've had Albert as well. I just don't think he's as good as Armstead. I actually prefer Armstead. He has better pass block and a little bit better run block, but in all honesty, Albert is not worth the extra coins, and Armstead is a lot faster. At left guard, I have Andy Levitre. Left guard is a position that there's not that many of, so it's hard to find a really big stud, but Levitre is the most balanced left guard I've seen for his price. He's about 6,000 coins. But he has a lot of good stats. He has good pass block, 91 pass block, good run block, 86 run block. His speed isn't great, but he's just a solid left guard that is actually pretty cheap, and so you don't have to spend a lot of money. You can compare him to a guy like Logan Mankins, who has the fancy 4-star card, but in reality, Mankins is not that much better. He does have some stats that are better, but Mankins has the 80 run block, and that's a pretty big detriment. A lot of people like to run the ball, and to have a guy with 80 run block is not, and only 93 pass block. So in my opinion, Levitre is just as good for way cheaper than this guy. He goes for about 40,000 coins, Mankins. So yeah, you definitely want to get Levitre. At center, Travis Frederick is not great in a lot of terms. At this, he doesn't have great speed, but he has 97 run blocking. This guy can block the run. He's a strong guy. He's super slow, but he can run people over in the run game. So if you have a running style like offense, Frederick is amazing if you're trying to have a budget squad. He goes for about 850 coins as well, so that's pretty amazing. You can compare him to a guy like Alex Mack. Mack's not too expensive. It's hard to find a center to really compare to Frederick, but Frederick is a good budget center. Mack goes for about 1350, I found, but Mack's stats were not that much better. Frederick had better run blocking, but Mack had the pass blocking. But if you're going to be running the ball a lot, I'd say Frederick is even better than Alex Mack, and I've had Alex Mack as well. I've had most of these cards, that's why I know kind of who plays better. Larry Warford is a total stud. For some reason, this guy is just like, I'd run him on traps and stuff, and he would just hammer people, just run people over. He goes for about 2,000 coins, and he had 95 pass block and 90 run block. So he has really good pass blocking, good run blocking. His impact block isn't amazing, but it's good enough where for 2,000 coins, he's a good enough guy where you don't need to go buy an elite. You can compare him to a guy like David Castro, who goes for like a lot like Mac, about 15,000 coins. And Castro is really not that much better than he is. And if a guy, you can go and get the gold Warford card, and he'll play just as good. And Warford has better pass block as well. In both run blocking, DeCastro has him beat, but in pass blocking, Warford has him. Warford's a total beast. At right tackle, it's Lane Johnson. Lane Johnson's a lot like Armstead, where he's a fast right tackle, and I just prefer, for some reason in this game, fast right tackles. They just seem to be able to seal the edge better, and it just works for me. He's got the 82 speed. He's even faster than Armstead, and 88 acceleration. But the good thing about this card is he's got the 95 impact block. His pass blocking isn't great, but I don't want that to fool you. The impact block actually helps him. For some reason, that card play is really good. I compare him to a guy like Vasquez. I just don't think Vasquez is a very good player, but Vasquez's stats aren't that much different. I'm just going to wrap this video up because this is the last card, though. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and let me know in the comments if you thought this was helpful. I hope so. I had to talk really fast because I had these slideshow clips going at 12 seconds each, so I had to really talk. So thanks for watching, and you can check out the article on Sports Gamers Online. I have a whole article I have everything written down. Everything that I pretty much just said is written in detail on Sports Gamers Online. That's where I make most of my videos, so I'll put the link in the description, and you're really going to want to check that out. So thanks for watching, guys.